Hello everyone, thank you and welcome to my channel. This is Angie and I'm coming today to do my day 20 for the December daily advent calendar for Tracy Fox, and that's Tracy Fox Creative. And you can see that here. And I am day 20, and if you go to hashtag December daily advent 2024, you will see everybody's makes. They are truly phenomenal, you guys. I couldn't be more happy to be part of Tracy's team. It's been such a joy over the years in creating for her and her awesome digitals. As I said, I'm day 20, and what she did this year is more of an advent calendar, and each week is a different story. And my story was a Christmas crush. All her stories are truly phenomenal. Please go back and, like I said, read her stories. Get the kit. The kit is huge. Her and Jay put so much time and effort into this kit. It's amazing, you guys. Jay wrote the stories. He's a phenomenal writer. I really enjoyed the Christmas Crush. Reading through it, I said, oh my gosh, I have the best idea. So basically, the Christmas Crush, we'll just go over it really quick, is about a gentleman named Frederick, and he kind of didn't really like Christmas and all the hustle and bustle and the waste of money. Friends would call him Eben, short for Ebenezer Scrooge. And he was asked if he was going to go to the party, which is December 23rd, which that's my birthday also. Thank you. Anyways, his letterhead company, and he wasn't really interested in going until he heard a woman named Jasmine who had asked if he was going to go, and then he began to be really excited because obviously he has a little crush on Jasmine. So as he left, he went around looking for something Christmassy. They were supposed to wear something Christmassy, and he ended up finding a really neat Christmas jumpsuit, which is what he wore to the party. And then he started becoming to find a newly discovered love for Christmas. And as he saw Jasmine looking fetching in her beautiful red dress, they spent the night together dancing, laughing, and talking. They walked as they saw the snowfall and the glitter of the lights upon the snow. Frederick and Jasmine grew old together, laughing on how they met when they heard jingle bells. It reminded them of their one time together on that night. And then they lived happily ever after, you guys. So this is my story, my creation about this story. And so it kind of all goes together. This is not a journal. This is more of a table piece, art piece. So yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. So we're going to go over my make really quick, and then following this video, you will see how I created my project. So this is a two-part project. This is actually what I made and what you'll have a tutorial on. And then this is my DT, which this will be the video before this one. So if you go back and catch that, you'll see my more in-depth DT on this. Well, I don't know how more in-depth it will be because I'm going to explain it because this is kind of, it goes together. But this is what you'll be learning how to do, make these stack of letters and this globe. And then we'll talk about this. So we'll get to this part first. So when I read the story, I thought, wow, I could print this on transparency and make a snow globe of them dancing and their magical night. This is some sari silk and then some crackle paint, some bells. We're going to go over this really quick, you guys. But anyways, I thought that was just beautiful. We'll put this one. Let's see, I need something to prop this up because it's a bauble. I'll just use that over here so we can kind of see it's still part of the story. And then I came up with the idea, well, it's not my idea per se, but I don't know, at least 20 years ago, if you remember the magazine Create and Decorate, they had a stack of letters tutorial in there. And I thought it was a lot of fun to recreate this again. I did it one time before and had like a little tiny house on it. If you go back, you'll see I'm a little tiny house maker as well. But I thought this was so fascinating to do because it reminded me of their love and how they would probably write love letters to each other. So I came up with the idea and using all of Tracy's papers. These are the freebie papers, I believe. So if you go and get her freebie papers, you'll be able to print those out and make envelopes. This is a piece of sari ribbon here. So it says Frederick and Jasmine, and this is all of Tracy's kit. And then I just made a little wreath, little balls on there. And then when you open it up, you guys, if you know, these are like little secret compartments. So in this compartment is their little key, their key to their love, and some bells. Because every time they hear the bells, it reminds them of their relationship and when they met. And then it has like a little tag on it here that says love. But here's the bells. I thought that was just so fun. So we'll put that here. And then on the inside, I just used one of her tags, and then I did the wire. I have a tutorial on that if you're interested on how I created this. It has resin on the top of it, UV resin, and then her little Christmas crush there. And then there's a little hidden compartment. Yeah, so these are super light and they're super fun. I'm glad I remembered that, and that's exactly what I was thinking, a stack of letters. And then we'll go to part 2. So this is part 2 of this project. Move this stuff over. Okay. So this is like their little love box. It's like their little trinket box is what I call it. It's a faux journal. So I made it to look like a journal. And then here's just a little book plate, and like I said, if you want to see all my playlists on some of these things that I'm showing you, I do have a playlist how to make these and these. But it's just a book plate with plexiglass. It's nothing like extraordinary. And these are made out of clay, and then I painted them and oxidized them with copper paint. And there's a little bit of glitter on there because of the snowfall, but basically I just made a faux book, and this is I wanted it to be like a book cloth. So this is printed on fabric through your printer. And then this was supposed to be just a trinket box, but then when I was trying to glue and put this all together, I had this left to do, and I thought, wait, this can be like a trinket box of their love plus a writing box as well. So this is a writing board on this side. And then you have your little pencil here. And you can write your, your letters because there's paper in here as well. So then I cut some of her really cute cutouts of her kit, and these are ornaments. So I thought I'd make a lot of her kit as an ornament because this is telling the story of Frederick and Jasmine, and these are their ornaments that they put up every year because it's reminding them of their beautiful day that they met. So there's the ornaments. And then they have little packets of memories. These are memories and tags of their day that they met and their relationship that is ongoing. So they have that in there. And then their love story was written out and then turned into a little book. I kind of printed mine smaller and did it a little bit different. So they've read it so much, it's like kind of grungy. So they just made their love story into a book, which this is a big part of their relationship. So there's our little book. And then another reminder of the bell. These are bells I made with a faux rust finish on it. There's their bell. And then they can write down little jots of memories on their little mini clipboards that I made. If you're interested in these, please follow my playlist as well. But I put some jingle bells on there. So I thought that was cute, just a reminder. And this is just a reminder of the day. This is supposed to represent snow, but obviously snow will melt here. So this is just to help them remind how sparkly the night was, how the light shined on the snow. And this is one of my mixed media tags that goes in there. And this is the crowd of them dancing, and they're watching along. And this is one of Tracy's, part of her kit. And then I just added the skins. So these skins really turned out awesome on this one. I have a whole pile. If you guys haven't made them yet, please go back to my playlist and go check those out if you want to know how I created these skins. They just add so much. And then I always like doing really different kind of toppers. So that's that. And then this is just a booklet or a little pile of memories, photographs that they've shared out through the years, through their little town that they live in. And then this is extra paper to write on when they want to write their love letters. They keep their stack of love letters going. They can write it on here, on their board, their writing board. And then this is the original love letters that they created and they wrote together with their story before they put it into a book. So they'll always have that. And then this is Ebenezer Scrooge, because it reminds Frederick not to be a Scrooge on Christmas, to be always happy and grateful, always laugh and have fun during the day of the holidays. But there you go, you guys. This is my project for the December daily. Well, we have the globe and then letters for December daily, and then this is my DT. But they all go together to make this really beautiful tabletop decorations, very rustic and Christmassy. So I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, please give me a like, share this video, give me a thumbs up if you liked what I created. And again, head over to hashtag December Daily Advent 2024. I am day 20. There's a few more days left, so please go check those out. And if you're interested in the kit, head over to Tracy Fox Creative, grab her kit. You can work along or go back. It's something fun. I really enjoyed this, Tracy. Thank you so much for you and Jay being so creative and so fun and putting together this gigantic kit. I had a lot of fun creating this, and I hope everybody is enjoying their December. And happy holidays and blessings to everybody. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Welcome to the December daily tutorial. You'll need an envelope of some sort to trace. I just use a standard gift envelope, and then you'll want to print out Tracy's free backgrounds, as you see here. I plan on using every background. I think there is 6 of them. So go ahead and print those out. Trace the envelope on the back of each print, and then grab your scissors and we'll cut those out. After you cut each one out from the printable backgrounds, you're then going to take a ruler or a scoring board and score each line. For me, I'm just going to grab a ruler and crease each line folded over of the envelope. You'll want to do this with all 6 envelopes. Here's where I grab the ruler, and all I do is fold up the flaps, and I continue to do this with the rest of the envelopes. And there you have it, your first folded envelope. You'll continue, like I said, to do those with the rest of them. After you have folded all the envelopes, you're going to set those aside, and next you're going to have to grab a long metal ruler, an X-Acto knife, and a styrofoam board. I purchased my styrofoam board at the Dollar Tree. What you're going to do is you're going to measure your envelope on the styrofoam board, and then you're going to cut 1/8 of an inch short on all sides. That way it will fit in your envelope and you'll be able to fold the sides and glue them onto the styrofoam. Here I'm taking my metal ruler, my really good X-Acto knife, and I'm just cutting down. I score it, and then I believe I snap them apart. Or cut down the sides if you need to. Usually you can just snap them apart, but sometimes you'll have to cut down the last seam of the paper here. You'll go ahead and cut 6 of those, 1 for each envelope, and then we will continue with the next part of the tutorial. After you've cut out all your styrofoam board, we are going to continue to put the board into the envelopes and glue all the sides. Here I'm taking the styrofoam. I used fabric tack, and I have my last envelope to show you how I created the stuffed envelopes. So grab your styrofoam board, place it into your envelope, grab your glue. We're going to go ahead and glue all sides of the flap. I ended up putting glue on all the flaps and then folded them over all at once. Here I'm just securing all 4 flaps of the envelope over onto the styrofoam. Like I said, if you cut it down 1/8 of an inch all the ways around on the styrofoam, it will fit perfectly and the flaps will go over nicely and it will be a good fit. Now that we are done, we'll have all 6 envelopes and we'll head on to the next video to complete this stack of love letters. Next, you'll take your stack of love letters and you'll grab your choice of glue. I use Fabric Tack, and I take the stack and I'm just kind of looking at them and I'm making sure that I have different contrast of colors within the papers that I chose for the backgrounds for these envelopes. And then you'll want them offset to each other because we're going for the look of just like a stack of letters that are on a desk. So here I'm just playing around looking at my composition and those letters before I glue. So grab your Fabric Tack and we'll head over and we'll glue these down. Hey everyone, so we're at the part where we're going to glue these together, and I just showed you how I kind of stack them. You want them offset since these are going to be a stack of love letters, and then we're going to make a hole in the center. So I like to keep the one on top straight on, and I usually end up with the bottom straight on. So I think, I haven't made these in so long, but I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to start gluing this one. I'm going to try to keep them within the order how I stack them. This is totally preference on how you want these. So you can kind of maybe go back and glue a little bit more, but I'm just going to try to get down a base. You don't want to go all the ways around the edges because you don't want the glue to be all over the place. It's like just having a stack of letters. And I kind of want to see all the papers. And this will go on straight. Okay, as you see, I accidentally glued the top to this, and I was going to go ahead and fix that. So, like I said, I'm always working off the cuff, and I came up with an idea which actually I like better, and once I have that all figured out, I will go ahead and put it together. Okay, we're back, and I came up with a different solution, because on the previous short video I mentioned I accidentally was just going to town and accidentally glued this on top, which I had to pry it apart, and I thought I was gonna have to rip everything apart. Don't do that. I mean, I wouldn't have done that. I thought of it and I was like, no, I don't want to start over. We can work our way through this. So I just printed out some tags, and I actually like that better because we're going to have a little hinge because we want to make this open. So this is going to be our hinge here. We're going to glue this on the top of here. And then we're going to put this tag here. I'm just going to cover up all that mess there. Maybe we'll put something here. I'm not sure yet. And then this will be glued here. We're going to have this cut out, our little secret little box there. And then we might put that over here to hide the cutout pieces. So that might be there. And if you want to know the dimensions that I used a 5.5 by 4 envelope. That's a standard envelope, a gift envelope. And then I printed these out at 80%, so they kind of fit in here. And then I'm going to cut out the cutout, and these are the measurements for that. Sorry if you can hear my breathing too. I don't have a separate mic, so my phone picks up everything. So I apologize for that. So imagine that cut out. And then I might, after I cut that out, I'm going to cut a hole in this one as well. And then put that over there. And that will kind of cover the raw edges. But what we're going to do first, before we glue all this on, the hinge and whatnot, I'm using a piece of fabric just because if you open and close it, fabric tends to, well, obviously it's stronger than paper. We're going to, so we're going to cut the opening, then we're going to put all this together, and then we're going to work on a little wreath that's going to go over here. And then I have all these little tiny beads that I haven't been using, so I thought this would be a good time to make a little wreath with these on there. So I'm probably going to be silent. This might be sped up or music to this part here. You're going to need an X-Acto knife. And what I think I'm going to do, like I said, there is no rhyme to reason on this. I don't know if I'm going to do the X. I think I'll do the X. And you only want to cut down to as deep as what you're going to put in to this little box. The story has bells in it, so I'm thinking I'm going to do some bells. Well, I'm going to at least have it the thickness of this bell. So that's probably at least, maybe we'll go down to, maybe just to the fifth. We won't go down, well, obviously we don't want to go down to here, so you still have all this room to play with. So I might have to go all the ways down to 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 envelopes all together. But obviously want to hopefully I'm in frame. It's going to pry some of this out. Be careful. I just do layers at a time. I'm not trying to dig down to the 4th one to begin with. And then I got this foam core board from the Dollar Tree. That seems to be pretty well. Okay, I think I'll stop here. So I'm just going to dig my way down until I get the depth that I'm looking for, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. And now we are going to, we have everything cut out, so it's going to look a little jagged. And you can clean up the insides the best as you can. But you're going to have these little jagged, and I don't care for that. So I'm going to cover the inside the best I can on the surrounding. If you have a lot of little pieces, you can also take a file and file that a little bit if you want for smoother edges. This is going to be the bottom, and all I did was I took the measurement off of this and then just shortened it up a little bit so it would fit on the bottom. It may be just a little too small, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. You're going to need something to get it back with so you can glue it down. I'm going to first the edges really quick. You can probably ink the edges a little bit on the sides as well. Just you're not going to see them the way I'm going to try to do this. So hopefully this works. Now we'll have to go to something else. So anyways, we know the bottom is going to fit. Okay. Then you're going to take your glue. I use fabric tack. Okay. And this way. I'm just going to stuff it down in there. So it's like that. So then we have a clean bottom. And if you feel like you need to have some glue on some of these parts, I would go ahead and do that now. So I think I'm going to use, I have some art glitter glue. Maybe. Just clean this out too. It's the only thing that is frustrating about art glitter glue. You have to keep a pin in it. It's not coming out, and I just cleaned it so I could have it, but obviously, oh well. I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue in here, places, just to make the structure more sound, as we cut out such a big center. I mean, you don't have to do this, but if you feel like you just want to, you know, I'm always over gluing for a reason. Make sure you keep this is top, facing up. Okay, so I'm going to try to get this the best I can. So I cut out a piece of the same kind of print, and this is just a little bit heavier cardstock. And then I measured from the end to the inner, where the hole starts, the opening starts, as 1 inch. So I cut this out, the size of the envelope, and then maybe a little bit bigger, like 1/8 of it. Well, just like a hair bigger, not even 1/8. A hair longer than the envelope. And then I went in 1 inch on the side, and right here, and in here, right here. Then my idea is to take this piece and trace it, and hopefully it'll work. Try to get it even. Now when I cut this, I'm going to cut in the inner, I'm going to cut right here, because I want a little bit lip over to cover these. Well, no. subtract that. My idea changed. Okay, so go ahead and measure exactly. We're going to cut an X, actually. That's what we're going to do. Sorry, guys. We're not confusing you. So take this, measure it, put this on here, trace it, and then make an X. And I want to grab cutting mat and an X-Acto knife. Now when I cut this, I'm only tracing the X, cutting the X. So I'm going to cut here, here, corner to corner. Corner to corner, corner to corner. Like I said, I haven't done these in a long time. I first made these stackable envelopes years ago. I saw them in, I think it was Crate and Decorate, if you guys remember that magazine. That is where I first got this idea, and that was like 12, 13 years ago, I believe. And then I did a project with a little tiny house. If you guys haven't seen my little tiny houses, go back into my playlist. I also make little tiny houses. But anyways, I put a little house on it. So we're just going to bend these back like this. And hopefully this will cover some of it. It may not. I may have to fussy with it or come up with a different idea. So, because I am not making 2 of these. This is how I work, guys. I'm going to go with an idea, and if it doesn't work, then we're going to change gears and figure out something else. This is going to obviously have some peeking through, but I didn't want to have to cut like 4 pieces and try to like piece the sides and have seams. So I'm trying to make it as seamless as possible. Sorry, hopefully I was in frame there. All I did was make an X, cut the X, and then took my ruler to help me fold that over. It's really hard. I cannot see the back of my phone up here. It's being hidden by the clamp that's holding it, and I have a mirror. I can mirror it on my Mac, but anyways. So these are going to go down in here and cover these up a little bit. So that is going to work, you guys. But it is working, but we are still going to see some of the sides. So we can do sides, we can cut out pieces and do sides, but I didn't want to have a bunch of seams, you know, like a seam here and a seam here, and then you can see through it. And then we're probably going to have to put on another bottom, or we could just maybe cut these just a little bit. What we're going to have to do, because these ones were perfect, we're going to have to cut those a little bit. We can just cut those. And then, so we're going to have to put something to cover, see that, you guys? But I love how it's nice and clean up here. And everything fit perfect. So that worked out good, actually. So, okay, I'm going to come back. I'm probably just going to see. Yeah, it's all now 4/4. I think I'm going to do is just... You could have probably made a little box and then put the box in here. which I could still do, I guess. You could make a little box with sides and then just slip it in there and glue it around. But I think I'm gonna just put dictionary paper around the edges. But yeah, that's another idea. What you could do is just make a little box, the dimensions, get all the dimensions, make your box, and then just glue it and then put it down if you like that. You could even make the box with little flaps coming out this way, and then put a top on there so you don't see your edges. So that's another idea. But I think for time and whatnot, I think I'm just going to cover these with some book pages and we'll be back. Okay, so I have everything to glue down. I didn't do anything other than I just put in the paper like I told you to and just inked it up really quick. I did forego, like I said, I was going to maybe put a hole in this one and put the tag down there, but I forewent that. And like I said, we cut this out of the same pattern to lay that down. So that's going to fit perfectly. So I waited to do this part for you guys. So we're going to be attaching this tag, cover up this little mess, which is fine because I think that looks better anyways. I was planning on putting there, but I like this tag. It kind of tells the story. So what I'm going to do is I think we'll glue this down first. This is going to be the hinge. So take our fabric tack. Okay. Glue this down first before you put... Now, I could be doing this completely different. Like I said, I haven't made these in a long time, and when I did come across this awesome, little cool idea, this was in a magazine, and I don't remember other than what's obvious in the project. So you're going to open that up, and this is going to slide over that hinge so it hides the hinge underneath there. So we're going to go ahead and glue this piece. And we're going to have to get glue everywhere, you guys, on this. Just as we're gluing everything down at once. The flaps might be hard to pull out if you just glue the top. So I think it's going to be easier just to get glue on everything and then put it down. You got to kind of be quick with fabric tack. It's fast drying. Okay, so make sure you have the top. Okay. Everything that says top there. And we're just going to put this in here. What's nice about fabric tack is it does dry quick, but it allows you just a little bit of wiggle room to move things that need to be moved a little bit. Okay. So there you go, guys. There's that piece. I don't think that looks too bad. I like the two different kinds of paper in there. I think it turned out good. So now you have a place. I mean, we're going to do something with the bells, but we're just going to throw the bells in there. See if everything closes. Really well. Okay, so then what we're going to do next. So we're going to attach this piece of fabric to the lid. And then we'll put the tag over the little fabric piece. And this is going to go over the top. So we'll get this done really quick. So take a look at it. All right. You can even put like a seal back here. We might do something like that. A wax seal or some kind of seal back here. There you go. So we are done with doing the stack of love letters. Almost done anyways, of the construction of this at least. And the fabric's gonna work really well, just how I constructed it. Then I put the wreath here, so we'll do the wreath next. And I think I'm just going to add some of these beads either on thread or wire. I'm not sure yet, or maybe just glue them in. I'm not sure. I will give that a think. That's going to go up here. We might write some stuff here. Maybe put a stamp there if I have one. I'm not sure what's in the... There's one in the kit. We can put... Let's see. We've got printed out so far. I have some stuff that I shrunk down. So I'll probably use something that kind of resembles a stamp. This might be the perfect size. Actually, I sized these down as I printed them out. Not sure if I was gonna add anything in here. I might add the heart in there or something fussy, cut that out. Okay, so that out of the way. So all I did is I took a long, I don't know if I have another one. Let's see if I have any in my basket here. Okay, so it was one of these. And then all I did is I wrapped it around a circle. And then I just twisted the ends around to make a wreath. Obviously I did neater than it is. And then to secure it, I just took some of my rusty wire that I love so much. And wrapped that around the wreath. You can't even see this wire in here. Just wrapped it around for some extra security. Okay, so I'm going to get this stuff cleaned up and I will be right back. And we'll finish the wreath and move on to the next step. Okay, we're back. So I cleaned up everything and then I said we were going to make the wreath and we're going to put the beads on the wreath. I did start that just so I could have an idea how I was going to do that. And then I left the other end of the tail to kind of help you along. So I showed you how I made this. It was on the long piece of faux pine needle, and then I rolled up a circle, wired it, and then I took the same kind of gauge wire. I think it's 30, I'm not sure, you guys. Anyways, I rust my own wire. I love this stuff. And then I have these little tiny beads. And let's see, what color do we need? So all I do is I just take my wire and I thread it through. And then I bring it to where it's even spaced. And I take it and all I do is I just loop it back into itself like this. And then I just pull it tight. So there you go. This wire is amazing. Let's see. I'll do pretty like limeish green here. Sorry, I've got glue. I'm still going, you guys. So I'm lucky I still have my close-up vision. Little tiny holes. So I just kind of space it, bring it around. This, sorry guys, glue, tacky, fabric tack likes to stick and stay. And then just pull it. Hopefully that should be enough because I think getting one more might be kind of difficult. We'll finish it off with, and these are super tiny. I don't know the measurement of these beads. They're tiny. I think they're called rondelles with little shiny side on them. It's pretty. I think we can get one more on here and then we're going to call it good. Maybe. And sometimes it's getting short. I'll just take my nail nose plier and not fuss trying to grab it. So we're just going to wrap. And then just wrap it like you would a wreath. And I'm going to try to make it to where I have enough to go around. And we made it. I just thought this has like, I needed to get rid of these beads anyways, so. And you can kind of arrange them to get them even. So yeah. It looks awesome. So there you go. So we're gonna maybe write some writing on here, or put something here. We'll stamp, and then we'll do the other piece. Okay, we're right back. Okay, we're back, and here is the envelope. Yes, I did do the wreath, and we showed you how to do that, and then I told you I might put a stamp here and add some wording. So I didn't really think I had to show you how to do that. So everything else is explanatory on here that I'm going to show you. So I glued the wreath on, and then I just cut. This is from the kit as well. And it's kind of, you just slap a stamp on there, and I kind of made it look kind of, went through the rollers, and then I just stamped 23 on there because this is the day that the party was and that he met Jasmine. So it says Frederick and Jasmine. And then I don't know if I'm going to use this tie yet because this is just a tutorial. You'll see my finished product at the beginning of this video. So that was just a tie because I think I'm going to put a tie on there. And I might put something on the back here as well, like a seal. But I want things to be flat because we want it to lie flat. Because if you're going to go ahead and do more to this and you want it to lay flat, you don't want it to be wobbly. I mean, if you wanted to change this up and put little legs on here, like little dowel balls, or the wooden little balls, or the legs on here, the metal legs, the feet, I guess. Sorry, not legs, feet. You can put those on the 4 corners and it can stand up like this. So what I did inside is, this is just the wire wrap. It's wire wrapped, and then I poured resin on the side and cured it. And that's UV resin. So that's what that looks like. And it just kind of gives it like a little window. And then I just used, I'm Christmas Crush. So I put that on there. And then here's, in the story, they heard the bells and reminded them of their relationship. So here's just the key. And it says love on it. And then there's like a string of bells. So that's what's hiding in here, is their key to their happiness and their love. And then the bells that remind them of each other. I really took a long time to read the story. I read the story and then I write things out. I put it in order and then I circle things that I feel that are important in the story, and that's how I created this project. So yeah, so these are what are hidden. I don't know if I'll put these in a little bag. I mean, you could keep going. You could put these in a little tiny tea bag or a little canvas bag, or you could just leave them in here because they're hidden inside there. And then the tie, like I said, I'm not sure kind of what the end result's going to be with the tie. But for right now, I'm just giving you an idea. I'm going to tie up like this. Hope you like this so far, and we'll talk to you again in a little bit. Okay, we're going to do the second half to the love letters, and that is the globe. So you're going to need a Dollar Tree globe, and hopefully you can still get these. I think I got these last week. Oh, actually, they're $1.25 now. So you're going to pop that out, and they're a really good plastic. So I really haven't had any problems with these. This is what I do. My limited edition ornaments are on these plastic ones. They seem to work well. And then we're going to print out the transparency of your choice, because this is they were dancing all night. I thought this would make a good transparency put into the ornament. Now this is something I did a long time ago. It was in a Martha Stewart magazine. She had to use these globes and then put transparency in it. So she made like a little notch, I believe. And so I don't have exact measurements, but this is kind of what this measures at, that I ended up using this. You don't want it to completely fit. You want to look at something that kind of, where the ball will just kind of sit in there. But this took me, it was trial and error, you guys. So it took me a couple times to find something that was going to fit in there. All I did was make a circle with a notch on top, put it in, and then kind of opened it. And then I went from there. I sized where I needed to, and I think this ended up being what I needed. So anyways, go ahead and print out your transparency, and hopefully everything is in frame. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it this way. Excuse me. I'm not sure. I want as much as I can get of the couple. Let's see. Okay, so I think, to use my reach, I don't want to see the black. So I'm trying to figure out what I can use if this will wipe off. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna go over here. Let's see how long I have until I can wipe that off. Yeah, it's pretty permanent. Obviously, this is Sharpie. Maybe I could take a piece of some rubbing alcohol to get that off. I just don't want this to be permanent, because I don't want you to see a circle. We're going to have to cut this out. So I'm going to just draw it lightly. Let me make sure if that's right on there. No. Okay, there we go. So just trace your circle. This is the way I'm going to do it, guys. Just because I'm going to try to rub this off the residue, the marker. That didn't follow the line very well there. Okay. Cut this off out really quick, and then I'm going to try to, I can cut within a little bit of the lines, so you're not going to see too much of that black, but I still don't want any of it on there. Sorry for the glare, you guys. This is a transparency film, so this is the way it goes. Or I don't know if anybody, you can't see, I'll put a piece of white paper behind there and then just cut with the white paper. That way you can see where you're cutting when it goes to transparency. Sometimes it's so clear you can't see where your lines are at. Since I have this black marker, I can see pretty well. That aside. All I am doing is rubbing off. Be careful though, you don't want to, be very careful. I got too much water underneath that part right there. Thank goodness that didn't take off too much over there, but it kind of left a little bit of a mark, so I don't think it should matter too much. Okay, so just be careful of that, obviously. Okay. Then you're going to take your globe and you're going to just roll this. There you go. Is that not cool or what? That little tab holds it up. Kind of spins too. Isn't that pretty? And I think I'm going to add some snow. And maybe some, I have glass glitter. I have all kinds of sparkly. I have like Tim Holtz glitter, Martha Stewart glitter. You don't have to add anything into these. Yeah, I think that's really cool. This is gonna go up on here. So that'll be its stand. The wreath acts as how it holds it there. It's looking really cool, you guys. Look how neat that looks. Okay, I will be back and let you know if I end up putting glitter. I'll show it to you really quick. You can, like I said, you can add like some snow. They love the glitter from the snow, the lights hitting it, so I'll probably add just a little bit on there. And then I'm going to put this back, whoops, I'm going to put this back on, and then I might put a bow and some bells. I'm not sure how much I'll put on there because it does just, I don't want to take away from them in the globe. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll show you the end result after I'm done. To show you the end result to the snow globe that we just created. So here it is. All I did was just add the snow like I said I was going to. Sometimes it falls in the back there. Anyway, so this is some sari silk that I put in here in this really neat red, and this kind of ecru, kind of dirty, grungy sari silk. And then here's a safety pin and a bell. So there you guys, you have it. There you go. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was fun to dream up, and the story behind it is so amazing. And thank you for joining me. Everybody has tremendous makes. I hope you'll go ahead and make this. I try to keep it more on the simple side. There were some steps to it, but I think it's a lot of fun and it goes to the story. But yeah, and everybody's doing a great job. Please follow everybody after me. There's a few more days left of December, and the makes have been so amazing that you should go back and follow from day one if you haven't. And yeah, so hashtag, actually, here is that. I'm getting this ready. So yeah, follow that hashtag. Go follow everybody's makes, see what they're doing. Even other people outside the calendar are participating. Tons are participating. It's truly amazing. Anyways, thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Leave comments, subscribe, throw me a like if you like this video. Greatly appreciate it. Bye-bye.